into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. And I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning, you beautiful souls. Welcome to it. Do a little dance of happiness and joy. Welcome to it. So good to have you in our company on this beautiful Thursday morning. My name is Graham Richards.
My name is Jamie Lee Domberg.
And my name is Ryle De Mornay. Welcome to the Thursday edition of Klein Vrijdag, as we say,
Yes,
of the
it is.
Expresso morning show where all the magic is coming your way.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun, and we want you today to just be yourself, okay?
Can you feel that buzz in the air?
There is a buzz
Why are you
in
being
the air,
like that,
man.
guys? Why are you
It's,
being like that?
Just please go onto our social media this morning. Keep it locked, because you're going to see probably the funniest picture I've ever seen of Ryle surfacing online today. Absolutely love it. But we are inspired by the little honeybee, and we're going to take you inside the beekeeping process. In fact, we had to get some bees removed from our property, and Kutle gets dressed up and looks unbelievable in her beekeeper's outfit. But we're going to be taking you inside the joy of honey and what it is, how important this industry is for South Africa. But we're going to put it to you guys, and I'm thinking about it myself as I say this. How do you enjoy your honey? What do you love to have most with your honey?
With tea, I'm usually like garlic, ginger, lemon, honey. That's
There it is.
usually my vibe.
There it is.
Wow.
Boom.
Oh, no.
There it is.
Oh no, I'm going to become a meme today, guys. Oh,
You already are me.
oh no, Twitter, please. Be kind to me,
Be
Twitter,
kind.
please.
Oh man, you actually make a lovely. You like Maya, Brie. That's your name for the rest of the
Maya.
day.
Yeah. Look, I must admit, I like the fact that I'm quite a gangster bee, doing a one-arm push-up,
Yeah, 100%,
getting some
man.
pollen there while we're at it.
If anyone could muster the energy to literally just take off and fly, it would probably be you, dude. Let's be honest. You could just do it, man.
And
From
nature
sheer
bee.
force of will. I love honey because when I make Jack his little yogurt, we're big on like yogurt, and I'll always put a little bit of honey in, and then he'll want to taste, and then I've got to put him up on the stool, and I've got to give him a taste of the honey. And so honey has a special place in my heart.
I'm very happy. What about you? You haven't said
Honey, I mean, it's exactly the same as you. It's pretty much my staple. It's one of the only or the very few sugars that I put in my body as well, and I have it with my tea. It's such a perfect low GI energy source just to kind of get you through the morning and kickstart the rest of the day. Yeah, it's an essential for me, I'd say. Yeah,
It's sweet, and it's healthy, and it's dominating the show this morning. So honey, stick around, man. We're going to have a lot of fun with you. Stay connected with us on all of our social media platforms this morning. I don't know if you can have coffee with honey, but we do need a coffee, I think, first thing in the morning. Gang, please, will you oblige?
Say less, say no more. You ask for coffee, coffee is coming your way, because the studio is filled with the delicious aroma of coffee, because I sneakily made a Nespresso when I got here early this morning. It's something that I have found myself doing ever since we got these Nespresso machines in the building. I simply couldn't resist. I can't resist. Every morning I get here, and the first thing I look forward to doing is exactly that. But of course, as you know, I do love coffee.
Yes,
so I'm jumping at the opportunity while we're here, Kuhle,
Yes,
just to
please.
make another one. Okay? So I'm going to make us a coffee. I'm going to make us a flat white. I'm going to make a flat white. Would you like a flat white?
I would absolutely love a flat white, but also today we are tasting the Ispirazione Roma. It's another one of Nespresso's favorite flavors, by the way. The intensity is 8, so it's quite an intense coffee. But just because the coffee is intense does not make it less flavorful. In fact, the flavor is very prominent, that it lingers on your taste buds long after you've had your coffee.
It really does. It really does. Look at the coffee go. But of course, as with all the Ispirazione coffees, which means like inspiration, the Ispirazione Roma is perfect for a delicious flat white to start off the day. And that's why we're making use of that to get our flat white going. Are you a flat white type of girl, or am I introducing you to new things?
No, I am a flat white type of girl. I'm a cappuccino type of girl. Anything with milk. That's how I enjoy my coffee. And I know that Uncle Tabsy is going to go for the traditional espresso, just like they drink it in Roma. It's 40 milliliters of pure liquid black gold. And if you're not sure what size is perfect for the capsule, simply check the side of the sleeve, and they do recommend
It does
different
help, 'cause
servings.
it's got all
yeah.
those recommendations. Now, the Espresso aroma has a popular taste forged by time and the rich southern Italian influences. The result is subtle, and well, you know, a lot of people do like that subtlety coming through here as your flat white, ma'am. But it is definitely a nice balance between that subtlety, the intensity, and the depth of the woodsy cereal notes that come through there. And of course, the finesse and acidity and elegant aromatics. It's also true to Rome's rich history of contrasts, as we know.
And also, Uncle Tabsy, did you know that you almost don't even have to get up from your couch to get your Nespresso capsule? I mean, not literally. You'll have to get up to go to the door. But the point is that you can order your capsules straight from the Nespresso website, za.buynespresso.co.com, rather, and have it delivered to your door. You can get new capsules, buy accessories like these beautiful origin cups that we have here.
They're
absolutely flawless. Or even buy a machine for yourself. It's the
While you're
festive
at it.
season. Why not? And the best part is that you'll get it within 2 to 3 days.
Well, the
Uncle
other
Tabs.
great thing about the website is that it's got an extensive list of frequently asked questions where they really do go out of their way to answer all the questions that you might possibly have about Nespresso, the capsules that they've got on offer, the machines. They've got a broad range of machines, but they answer all of those questions for you. Recycling, which is a big thing for them. But of course, speaking of recycling, remember when you do get your delivery, you can simply hand the courier your bag full of used capsules, like what we're going to do now with all our used ones. And what they'll do is they will ensure that it gets to one of their recycling facilities. They've done a good job at making sure that they streamline that process. I love that.
I love it. It's an all-rounded brand that we learn to appreciate every single day. Right now, we are having the best time using this Nespresso machine, but we want you guys to experience it for yourself. And now you can. Remember, you stand a chance to win a Nespresso Essenza mini bundle, as well as the incredible festive trio sleeve wrap, including the limited edition coffees worth more than 3,000 rand.
Okay.
Tabsy. It's
All right.
very simple to enter the competition. Just reply to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook or Twitter page and tell us why you would like to own a Nespresso machine. There are a number of reasons why you would love to own one of
There
these.
are no reasons why you wouldn't want to own a Nespresso machine.
Why do you not have it? Now remember to include the hashtag Nespresso Expresso, and the competition closes tonight.
Okay, so you need to
at
get those
midnight.
entries in.
Please.
Please. The T's and C's, you can find those on our website, expressoshow.com. Cheers,
I
Mama.
am enjoying
yeah,
this
get the
amaretto
biscuit in
biscuit.
there.
Yum.
Get it in there.
We chose some of the world's rarest local coffee crafts and refined them to create 5 distinct new tastes. After all, we are the choices we make.
Oh, you can make my day.
are still keeping it locked right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Listen up, everybody, because Game is running a full month of Black Friday deals. Now, this responsible decision is due to the coronavirus pandemic, with the retail giant opting to offer deals over several weeks instead of risking an influx of shoppers on a single day or over a weekend. And I think that's so brilliant and so amazing.
It truly is. And to up the ante, we are joined this morning by the art of superwoman, Olwethu Leshabane, to chat about some of Game's Black Friday specials and how you, yes, you can stand a chance to win big, both in store and online. Olwethu, good morning. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Unjani? I'm all good, man. Jamie, are you good?
I'm very good. Girl, you have been working. I see you on every social media platform putting in the work. I mean, as a mom, entrepreneur, and now part of the Game family. Tell us a bit more about how the retail giant is reimagining Black Friday this year.
So, I mean, for one of our biggest frustrations and I think stresses over Black Friday is we save the whole year and hopefully everybody's kind of been saving. And then you wait for this one day where you can go splurge, right? And you get your Christmas gifts together, you get your year's, your year's shopping together. And what Game has done is, in a pandemic such as this, where they're avoiding the influx of customers into stores, they're rather spreading it out over the month of November, which I'm particularly excited about because it still gets my specials in, my shopping in, and also I'm able to stay home, stay safe, and do my shopping online. And I'm able to walk in on a planned day where I know I have to chop the kids off, I'm going to quickly dash in and do my little bit of shopping.
You've touched on every single important aspect where you can do your shopping on the day that you dedicate a specific day. You avoid uqinana in shops,
online,
the congestion.
You're just chilling there, just putting in your card details.
My Black Friday cards deals, yes.
Now, on your blog, The Art of Superwoman, you explore the possibilities of the perfect balance between, being a wife, motherhood, entrepreneurship, and self-love. Tell us a bit more about this and what your top tips would be for all the moms out there, I'm listening, wanting to get in on the Black Friday deals.
It's so important to firstly plan. How much budget do you have? How much have you put aside for Black Friday? And then I think a lot of us also, when we do our Black Friday shopping, we're doing our Christmas shopping, we're doing our home shopping, we're doing the gifts, back to school. It's going to be trying to get things together in the new year. So think about this first. And because it's a whole month worth of shopping now at Game, rather than just compressed into one day, maybe take this week to decide what are the priorities that you have right now, match them up against your finances, and then go spend.
And it helps to plan so that you don't go overboard. You have your budget and uyayazi bana what you need. Planning ahead for iskolo. Don't forget January is around the corner.
It's a long month.
I'm sure there are so many things that you are looking forward to, but what are some of the specific Black Friday specials that you and your family are looking forward to getting your hands on?
So I think we're all looking at what we've been struggling with during this pandemic. I'm looking for a new TV because my children broke my TV during lockdown, during level 5. Wow. And then I'm also looking into like laptops and devices because children are spending more and more time on devices now with balancing out of they're back to regular schooling, but it's only for a half day and then they come back home and they proceed with their schoolwork. So I'm looking for devices to kind of manage that process. We're spending a lot more time at home right now. So looking into appliances, things that can better help us around the house. And I'm also looking forward to that 1 cent checkout. So I'm hoping I kind of catch one of those.
I heard about that. How exactly does that work? How can customers stand a chance of winning big in store and online?
So it's kind of like, you do your shopping and you find all these specials. Some of the stuff that's on special, as you're checking out your trolley, whether it's actually in store or online, you get a surprise. This item is 1 cent. Literally.
Where do I sign up?
You had me at 1 cent.
Okay. The Art of Superwoman, Olwethu Leshabane, thank you so much for gracing our screens. You are just incredible and inspiration. We love watching the content you serve us. It's everything we signed up for. And also, thanks for the 411 on how to tackle Black Friday at Game.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Now, Game are doing Black Friday differently this year. Their weekly Black Friday deals will run from the 2nd of November to the 29th of November, with each of the 4 weeks offering different deals. Now, they will also be reintroducing their highly successful 1 cent price surprise that will give all Game customers making purchases online or in store during the period of 2 November to the 29th of November the chance to save even more on randomly selected products by paying only how much?
1 cent. 1 cent.
1 cent. Yes, you heard that right. Just 1 cent.
Now remember, Game store opening hours on Monday to Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 9 to 5, and then as well as Sunday and public holidays from 9 to 4. So what are you waiting for? Go get shopping. 1 cent.
Beautiful stuff. Thank you so much, ladies. Now, are you smooth or not smooth? It's become, I think, a part of our everyday language, certainly here on the show. And it's not only smooth to get the smooth or not smooth WhatsApp stickers, which, of course, you can find out exactly how to download on Tropica's social media pages. And I suggest you do this. It's a lot of fun there. But there are also some other smooth emojis to use. And Twitter was a buzz with people posting their top 5 emojis that appear on their phones. So we're going to ask you guys, and we're going to ask ourselves, what are our top 5 smooth emojis that appear on our phones?
Oh, look, man, I checked last night and it looks like my top 5 are in the following order. So I obviously use the smiley wink the most because I like to be a little bit sarcastic. You know, it's, some mystery is always good. Next is the fire emoji, of course. I mean, you gotta spread the love. You gotta give everybody the props when they deserve it.
100%.
Of course. And then clapping hands. It's just another way for me to share love, to give props, and to celebrate with others. And then the smiley heart eyes, of course. I'm a nature boy at heart, so I'm always gonna express my love for almost everything. And then last but not least, just to top it off and finish off the week, a mocktail.
Yeah,
you know, it's just like a sign off. We can chill out, we can relax, you know, the things. And that's me, top 5 coming at you. What about you, G?
So mine's quite interesting because it's a bit of a back and forth between me and Lindsay.
Okay.
So it's not all my favorites, but it's what appears most on my phone, okay? Face with hearts around it, okay? Gotta spread the love. No, that's often, if ever there's a picture or anything of my little girl, then it'll just be like heart eyes, hearts around the face, hearts exploding. But that one really does top the list. Next, the smiley with heart eyes, okay? Because I like to show my heart. Clearly, I'm quite a romantic guy. Then the lol tears emoji. That's probably what I send the most, but I get it a lot. And especially on our group chats here, everyone's always laughing at each other, which I absolutely love. The thinking emoji, thinking whether I should take that offer or not.
The young Aristotle in you, yeah? Sure.
Yeah, I am quite a pensive guy. Then the tulip. We love flowers, to express thanks, and a flower emoji because it is spring and we're feeling the love and we're feeling the vibe. So I'd say it's probably my top 5.
I like that nice balanced G that we have.
Balanced guy. There's a lot more love in me. There's a lot more love in me than you would think. Yeah.
Well, look, a reason to use the smooth sticker and your favorite emojis right now is a reaction to this week's weekly grand prize. Now, this week Friday, 2 Tropica consumers who bought Tropica and entered stand a chance to win and to be called to flip a cap for a smooth washing machine. Yeah, now this is how you enter. You're going to buy any Tropica promotional pack with a red cap, flip the cap, and if you find smooth under the cap, then you stand a chance of winning. And if you don't find smooth, then try flipping another cap right up until you do.
Yeah, just keep on doing it. The more you find, obviously, once you found that smooth, you follow the details on the pack, then to stand a chance of winning smooth instant prizes. But that doesn't end there.
It does not indeed. Plus, you stand a chance of going into the draw to win weekly grand prizes live on Expresso every Friday by flipping a cap on our wall till you find smooth.
And this Friday, you will be having heart emojis coming out of your eyes because if you flip that cap and you find smooth, you are going to be winning yourself a washing machine. So go on, get your Tropica to enter. The more Tropicas you buy and find smooth, obviously the more chances you have of winning. The terms and conditions can be found on tropica.co.za. So go on, find your smooth today and you could be calling on Friday and hopefully flipping one of these and finding... Yeah! Booyah! That's not going to be number 3, though. It's not going to be number 3. You're going to move it around somewhere. But good luck.
Are you smooth or not smooth? Buy Tropica. Flip the cap. If you find smooth, you stand a chance to win smooth prizes. Tropica. Nothing smoother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. A very happy birthday to you.
Hey, a very good morning. Yes, feel it. Jingle, can you all do a
Yes,
shimmy or
shimmy,
something?
shimmy, yes.
Because it is that time of the day where we get to wish you, our viewers, a very happy birthday. And listen, if it is your birthday today, you share it with Canadian actor, Mr. Ryan Gosling himself, as he turns 40 years old. I
what a
mean,
man.
hello, come through, Ryan Thomas Gosling. If you don't know him, is the first person born in the 1980s to have been nominated for the Best Actor. Behave, guys. Oscar for his performance in Half Nelson, and in a short period, he has established himself as one of the finest and sexiest and actors of his generation. And hi,
He's
Ryan.
amazing. No, he's a
Hi.
I think The Notebook. Any couple that hasn't watched The Notebook, come on, you got to get on that, okay? But in First Man, he was superb. He's a phenomenal.
Top tier.
Notebook. I'm going to go Notebook.
Top
He's
tier.
just-
He's
top tier.
he's winning. No, he is awesome, man. What a talent, and someone to emulate and someone to wish a very happy birthday. So Ryan, wherever you are, my friend, happy birthday, buddy. Look at that.
And then we've got an upside. Well, we've got a birthday wish here. We've got a birthday wish that's coming through here for Pa. And it says here, I would like to wish my Pa a very happy birthday. Take a look at this.
Pa, mag pa nog vele meer verjaarsdae en mag die Here pa seën en ek hoop pa het happy birthday.
Are you going to do? You do.
Oh,
questions?
happy birthday, Pa. Dit is so prachtig.
That is so cute. And then we've got one here, a birthday wish coming through from, for Precious Mbuyisa. And it says, I want to wish my mom, Precious Mbuyisa, a very, very happy birthday. Let's watch it.
Hello, my name is Tatu Buisa. I want to wish my mom a happy birthday, Precious Buisa. Happy birthday. I love my mom. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear mom. Happy birthday to you.
Aww,
It's like she caught him as he was getting dressed for school, and she's like, "You will say you love me."
Yes,
and
and
you'll say you love me, and you'll say it to the nation.
Happy
You're going to do it.
Beautiful.
Really sweet, man. Nothing better than the love of a son for his mummy. Then we've got another one coming out for Crystal Spencer Skippers, and this message says, "Happy birthday to my sister, Crystal Spencer Skippers. Love you lots." But let's hear it from them themselves.
Hi, I just want to wish my sister a happy birthday and have a special day to Crystal Spencer Skippers. And yeah, God bless you. Many more to spare, you know. Happy birthday to you, my sister.
I love it. That is so sweet.
So
Just like, you know,
sweet.
thank you.
Hey, cool, calm, collected. Absolutely love that. Happy birthday, Crystal. Then Roshni's also celebrating today. Morning, guys. I just want to say happy 6th birthday to my amazing daughter, Roshni. May the Almighty grant you all that's beautiful, and may you stay the sweetest and generous little girl that we know. Mommy and Daddy love you very much. What a cutie pie.
And then this one is for Sherwin and Cornet. It says, may God bless you abundantly and with many more fruitful years to come, from your sister Esperanza. I love you and enjoy your day. And then keeping it going to Isabel Albertine. Happy birthday to a powerhouse of a woman. You are strong and caring. You put your family first and yourself last. We can't imagine life without you, and we are truly blessed to have you in our lives. May the Lord God continue to bless you all the days of your life. Love from the Albertine family, Pastor Reggie, Gershwin, Alana, Lucian, Chad, Saskia, and Isaiah on your special day.
We've got to say an extra special thank you, Isabel, because you've given us Lucian, who obviously works with us every day, and we absolutely adore him. And that's an indication of just how much of an amazing mom you are, because he's an amazing individual.
And he's doing a twirl somewhere on the studio floor, which you can't see right now. But listen, that's how we rounded off for this morning with all the birthday wishes, beautiful messages that have come through those videos. They're lovely, and we love to receive them, so please keep them coming. Our WhatsApp number is 071-6406-551, so you can wish your loved ones a very happy birthday live on the show. We might even just give them a phone call to brighten up their day and make it extra special, right? We might do that, so please do send us those messages, 071-6406-551. If it's your birthday today, from all of us here at Expresso, happy birthday.
Absolutely love this time of the morning, getting to celebrate with you, Mzansi, and your beautiful souls. And another reason to celebrate, of course, we've got something special this morning with the release of the latest gen console, is, of course, the release of the latest installment in the Assassin's Creed franchise. Now it's called Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and Grant Hein is joining us for a quick review. Grant, how are you doing this morning?
I'm excited because Assassin's Creed Valhalla is a game that I've been looking forward to for a very long time. I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan. Okay. It was one of the, it's a little bit of a secret, it's one of the first games that I ever got to review, like back in the day when it first came out, and I was playing the original Assassin's Creed on my Xbox 360.
So this is officially like a full circle moment, man.
This is
Look
the
how
full...
far you've come, brother.
So I think it's been so many years, I can't remember how many iterations of Assassin's Creed there've been, but there's been a huge turn with Valhalla. Obviously, new generation of console means brand new graphics. And as you can see, I'm just walking around my settlement now, which is also a new part of it. And the graphics are literally spectacular. I just want to climb onto the top of this pillar right here. It's got obviously that Assassin's Creed vibe where you can climb different environments.
It looks like it's real, man. That's insane.
These trees. You said that you're a nature boy and that you like nature.
I'll just go around and play this game, but just hike through the entire map.
Look at these sun rays. Look at the detail on her armor and her clothes. Look at the fur that she's wearing, and look at all the leaves and all the trees in the draw distance. It's remarkable.
That's photorealistic. So look, the game looks good. It plays very smoothly on this new console. But what is the new in terms of the game itself? What can we look forward to?
Okay, so for those of you who don't know what Assassin's Creed is, Assassin's Creed is a game that is usually set in a historical context. So we had Assassin's Creed Origins, which was set in Egypt. The previous one, Odyssey, was set in ancient Greece. And now we are approaching Vikings and what was happening in Norway at the time. And this follows the story of a character called Eivor, who is the main protagonist of the game. You can either be male or female when you start your character of the game, which is really cool. And you can change as you go along. It's not locked in. And then as you go through the story, you'll find yourself going into Dark Ages England and realizing what a mess it was. And you can see, I'm actually going to go to the map there for you quickly. This is Dark Ages England right now. Wessex is kind of where London was. You know, and you're learning a little bit of history as you play the game.
I was going to ask you, is it very similar to what actually happened in the past? Can you get a bit of that feeling if you were to be transported back in time?
Look, there's a lot of creative freedom that they take, but I think that if you played this and you were doing this in history, you'd probably have a very upper hand and a great advantage as to what the world's about. And also just a little bit of the geography and the topography and why Vikings left Norway to start exploring. So it's a nice little history lesson that's packed in a really cool action game. The combat is real fun because that's another thing that they've improved. I'm going to show you, they've got these awesome new dual wielding axes that you can use. And obviously we're going to be talking to somebody in a little bit about these axes. But you can literally change your entire skill, all your outfits and your weapons. And when you upgrade your weapons, they will literally change appearance. So your character will look unique and cool and on their own, which is really cool.
Epic. I'm sure everybody's frothing now. Look, we spoke about the history, of course. Now in games and in history alike, the smithy was a pivotal role in the community. So they were kept towns running by supplying any and everything made from steel, right? So while we no longer have knights and Vikings running around, there are still those carrying on with this age-old art form. Now Niels van den Berg joins us to talk about being a blacksmith in 2020. Neil, are you with us? Are you still there?
I am here, man. I'm here.
Man, look, I've got to say, I'm so excited to chat to you. I've been watching Forged in Fire for like every single season. So I have absolute respect for you, man. I'm probably going to phone you up and ask you to make me something. But, man, how are you doing this morning?
Brother, can't complain. We normally start working at 7, so this is a tad early for me. But welcome. Thank you for having me on the show, man. It's really appreciated.
No, look, I appreciate it. So look, man, you are like a modern day blacksmith. So how did you get into this profession that seems to have been lost so long ago?
Man, I came across a now good mate of mine, Mr. Stuart Smith, exactly 11 and a half years ago at a flea market. And here's this dude hitting steel, and I was completely gobsmacked. I could not believe that this was out there. And following week, did a 2-day class with him, and it's been downhill ever since, man. This bug bit me, got out of the IT environment to hit steel full time.
I think we're all glad for that little occasion and for that little moment that you met up with him. So I got to ask you, do Vikings actually, did they use axes, and what other weapons did they actually use?
Axes was a real thing. Normally guys would make swords, right? And sword had one function, and that was to stab people. Where an axe was a agricultural tool. So you use it to chop trees, chop wood, chop your neighbor, whatever. Chop your meat on the braai, the whole thing, man. So it was an edged weapon. You could cut your biltong with it. You could do whatever you needed to do. So it was a multifunctional thing. And when they went raiding, well, their trusted axe went with them. Now, traditionally, those axes were a lot smaller than the one we have here. The one we have here. This thing is enormous. It's obviously based on the game and the whole thing. So, yeah, man. So axes was a thing. It still is.
Wow, that looks unbelievable. And Grant was just chatting about the wielded weapons that the characters are using in the game. And you mentioned that this is something that you, if I'm not mistaken, have actually recreated. So can you tell me more about this build, and why did you decide to actually build this axe in the first place?
Well, Ubisoft asked me 2 years ago with the launch of Assassin's Creed.
Odyssey.
I can't remember. Odyssey. To build the broken spear of Leonidas, and that was an absolute blast. So when they approached me to build Eivor's axe, I said, well, why not? It's something that I immediately jumped to. It was absolute fun. It still is. We carved the head. The head is made or forged out of 1060 carbon steel. Carving is hand done. That's why it looks a bit dodgy. But trust me, I'm not done yet. We've got a saying that says, trust me, I'm a bladesmith. All you need to do is fake it until you make it, man.
Wow, and I'm going to be honest with you, that does not look fake at all. It looks like I could do some serious damage. And I've got to give you props. That artwork that you hand detailed on that head is absolutely incredible. So how challenging is it to recreate something from a fictional game? I mean, you don't get to see it in real life. You're working with a picture there by the looks of it. I mean, that's got to come with some challenges.
Yes, it does. Luckily, I have made a couple of axes in the past. Like I mentioned, I've been doing this for 11 and a bit years. Axes is what I kind of specialized in for the last 3 and a bit years. So having redone historic pieces, it was challenging, and this is the reason we took on this project, right? But man, we jokingly say that bladesmithing will teach you a couple of things. Number 1 is patience, and number 2 is a whole set of new swear words. But this is fun. This is really fun. Anytime and every time that you can walk into the shop and hit stuff with a hammer, it's been a good day, man. As easy as that. So the challenges that you're talking about is literally just taking that game art and trying to find a basis in reality. So the axe in the game is extremely thick and extremely heavy, and I did the calculations, and that axe should weigh in the region of about 9 kilograms. Ooh. So we've managed to get this head down to just over 1 kilogram, and when the axe is done, we should look at about a 1.9 kilogram piece, which is you could actually wield it with one hand, as in the game. Yeah.
Ah, man, this is so cool. I'm just thinking to myself right now, I'm speaking to a master weapons maker, bladesmith, that wields these weapons. And then we got Grant over here that's doing the exact same thing on another level in another world. It's so cool, man. It's so awesome. And look at that thing.
But one of the things that I really enjoy is that video games can inspire all of us across so many different disciplines to do so many cool things, like, you know, craft the weapons of the characters that we love.
Absolute magic, man. What an awesome level of love and next level of craftsmanship. We can't wait to see more. And Niels, thank you so much for joining us this morning, man. I can't wait to see what your next project's up to.
Excellent. Thank you for having me, man, and have fun. I managed to play the game a bit yesterday, and I must say it is absolutely phenomenal. But what I need to mention is that there's a competition. So you could win an Xbox One X. You can win the game itself. Valhalla merch, as well as this axe that I'm building. So if you go onto primacomps.co.za, enter the competition. It is a package worth winning. Really, really, it is. And if there are guys that are interested in what we do, I'm also the organizer of the largest night show on the African continent, which is happening the first weekend in December in the Brooklyn Mall in Pretoria. If you need any information, just head on to knifeshow.co.za. All the info's on there. And we hope to see you guys there, man.
Cheers, brother. Thank you so much, Neil, man. Grant, it's my turn on that remote, man. Come on, give it up.
I'm playing.
Ah, come.
Can you feel it, Mzansi? The core of your favorite places is just beyond the horizon. From Kruger Park to the Cape Winelands, summer in the cities of Durban and Jozi to the endless reaches of those Garden Route beaches. Protea Hotels by Marriott welcomes you back. With Marriott Bonvoy members enjoying 25% off, including free breakfast, and non-members 15% off. Book your dream escape now on Marriott.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Expresso here on SABC3. Listen, we're about to enter the festive season. Woo! Holiday season is just around the corner. And while some of you may be taking a short left to explore the radiant landscapes of South Africa, some will be lounging by the pool. Just living large, darling. Either way, Woolies has you covered with the perfect looks for the ultimate summer. And to get the lowdown and all the latest looks from the stunning resort range, our fashion and beauty editor, Nox, is back to share all her faves from the summer collection. Nox,
hey!
Welcome to the show. Always a pleasure to have you around.
Thank you. Looking radiant, giving me summer energy. I love it.
You are giving me safari vibes.
Girl, it's resort time. I think staycation season is here.
Yes.
So definitely time to up that wardrobe and get the right looks for being out and in the sun.
And talking about staycation and all the safari vibes, people here and watching the show know I'm a safari queen.
Yes.
I'm always in the wild, girl. So this is having me excited.
Yes.
Can you please take us through the trends?
Yes.
When it comes to these kinds of looks?
So, I mean, you know, with resort wear, I think, you know, like you said, you can do safari, but right today what we're going to talk about really is the lounging around, your beach kind of wear, really the relaxed material. So I'm talking from your maxi dress, your real like lovely prints, whether it's a shirt or a two-piece. This is the time where your costumes, your two-piece and bright, bold colors, these are the times to get it. So for menswear, we're seeing dynamic shorts with great prints that are utility based, but also really just a lovely range of like fun, flirtatious kind of wear, but in breathable cottons that are perfect for just chilling by the pool.
I can't eat digayo than material that rubs against your skin, especially when it's hot and you're just dehydrated. So we need all of this season. Staycation is here, and staycation, for many people who don't know, is kind of like a vacation, but you do less activities. You stay inside the house.
Inside the country. You can go a short left, but we're staying, we're embracing like being home. You know, COVID has taught us to enjoy what we have, and it doesn't mean that we can't look good while doing so.
Please get us into the trends.
So let's actually get into it. So I think what I love here is the maxi dress, which I'm wearing also, and I think these are so popular. From $2.99, you can find them at your Woolworths. Brilliant prints, but you could wear, like you're saying, at a safari. You can wear it more poolside. I love from from the classic range is more your tunic, kind of like something to wear just over, very easy to style, the bright colors.
Is this the same dress I'm wearing, but in a different color?
There we go. The range, and I love how you've styled it. So now you've added a belt, and you're wearing it to the office. But if you were near the beach, you can now take off the belt, you can wear your bikini underneath, and you're ready to do summer, you know. So I love these two pieces here in a really fun tie-dye print, really easy to kind of wear with your costume. But, you know, for the gents, we've got some lovely dynamic shorts here, really easy for a swim.
I love
some great shorts that they can wear. Like I said, you know, we are not short of a great print when it comes to the shorts. A utility style here. I love the pockets. I love the materials. Really, really great. But of course, bikini season.
Yes, ma'am. Poolside chilling is a real thing.
Exactly.
What should we be wearing? What colors are we looking out for this summer?
No color is limited when it comes to a bikini. Okay, I want you to do it all. I think there's such a beautiful range of popular colors, which are like pops of a color. Your pinks, your yellows, your two-piece, your one-piece. Really great detail here. I mean, if we even look at this costume in particular, some lovely detail here at the back for someone who prefers something. Great support also, which is optional. You can take out the pads if you want to. But even for the kiddies, what I love about the swimwear range is that it's actually got UV protection in the design of the actual thing. Yeah, so SPF 30 is available here, removing at least 98% of the UV rays that could come with your kids. So from mom to dad to baby, you are sorted with summer. You can play in the sun and be comfortable to know that they are in good hands and with sustainably sourced materials.
Game changer, if you ask me. But I need to see these outfits alive. And we have two beautiful models who have joined us this morning. Jamie Lee Domberg.
Yes, girl. Ooh, girl.
Take us through this style, Nox.
I love this. So we're using the maxi dress trend here. I love the way that it comes in the like the bust area here. We've got great material used here. She could use it as an off the shoulder. Jamie, if you could just lift it up a bit on your shoulders just so that we can see different ways to wear it. We've styled it here with a lovely hat, which, you know, accessories are also a great time to shine at the moment. And, you know, there's really great detail. Even if she walks, there's a beautiful flow and a slit there that is super flirtatious.
We want to see that.
Now let me walk. Guys, I'm just supposed to stand here, okay?
I love it.
But I mean, so comfortable, I think, and really like the print is really exciting. She can wear it on the beach. She can wear it maybe even like you're saying to a safari, but really multi-purpose. Easy to style and super complimentary, I think.
I love it. Jamie Lee Domberg, you look stunning, my sweetheart.
Yes.
Where's your partner this summer? Ryle Demoni.
I'm waiting for him. Waiting for him to come in.
Oh, look at him coming through all swagged out.
A little swagger by the pool.
Hey, okay.
I love this look also. Very relaxed. I mean, I think even Ryle, the way he styled himself this morning is not too far off from this, you know. So really relaxed shirt, woven materials. This is from the Studio W range, paired with a lovely chino here that is light and obviously free. You can see the movement from Ryle.
I am watching him.
Yes, but I really like the style here. I love the way also just you can make it flirtatious, you know, button down. And so it's really, really great for summer by the pool and really just casual wear.
And also just BT dubs, you don't have to have a six-pack to have your shirt unbuttoned this summer, okay? It's hot, we all understand. We need to breathe a little bit. Nox, thank you so much for coming through and elevating our style to a whole new level this summer. It's exciting, man. There you have it, everybody. Everything you need to know and need to get for staycations with Woolies this summer. Get your hands on these amazing trends and more this summer and dazzle the fashion game, darling. Remember, you can shop in-store, online, or on the Woolies app. Nox, I'm going to take this dress. I'm leaving with this. Okay, thank you very much.
Bye. Looking oh so good, ladies. Thanks so much for all of that style inspiration.
I think Ryle could have done one more button.
I think he could have done a better job. I mean, I had high hopes, high expectations. I expected the buttons to be all the way here by his belly button. But, you know, we don't always get what we expect. But luckily, when we do bring it to the kitchen, we always can be sure and guaranteed that we will get what we expect, which is, in this case, a refreshing, fresh pick, summer-inspired iced tea. This is
the
so
healthiest
fantastic.
tea you will ever put into your beautiful body. I'm telling you right now.
And we know that, of course, it's time for the beach, which means beach means summer bodies, which means that we need to be reflecting on what lockdown has done to all of us. After lockdown, we all want to get in shape. But before we go out and sweat it up at the gym, you've got to make sure that your body is healthily and ready to take in all that hydration. So healthy and hydrated. Today, we're making a delicious recipe that's not only going to quench your pre or post-workout thirst, but it's also packed with vitamins and rooibos tea goodness to keep you in tip-top shape. It's what we're calling our Fresh Pack Vitamin Victory Iced Tea. And G-Man's going to be taking us through this entire process. So
Victory, I like that. This is potent and it's powerful. Obviously, the star of the show here, our Fresh Pack Rooibos with Echinacea. We know that its ability to obviously boost the immune system and really help to boost our overall health. Absolutely amazing. I love Rooibos. It is the #1 Rooibos tea in the country. Fresh Pack Rooibos is definitely the way to go. And we are going to bang I'm going to put 6 of these guys in.
Please be generous. Be generous with it. We want all that aroma and all that flavor of the rooibos coming through. We also know that Fresh Pack Rooibos grows in the clean mountain air on the slopes of the Cederberg in the Western Cape to produce what we've come to know really as a distinguished tea that's distinguished by its warm aromatic fragrance and of course that strength of flavor, which you can't miss.
There's like an earthiness there that you know what you're drinking. And here we're obviously boosting it with all sorts of immune boosters. So usual suspect, garlic. Haven't crushed it. I'm just going because we're going to strain this. So I've gone with the whole garlic cloves. We've got bucket loads of ginger, not a whole bucket load, but a lot of ginger. Very, very good immune booster there. Turmeric. And this would normally be yellow, but it oxidizes. So we've had it standing out there. That's why it's gone kind of a red color. But also a fantastic immune booster. Just don't touch it and don't get it on your clothes. And we've got cayenne pepper.
Oh, yes.
To open up the olfactory senses.
Unclog everything there. And I see you got some lemon juice there as well.
Lemon, you could swap this out for lime. You could put lime, just lime slices in there if you want. Grapefruit if you like that flavor profile. This is just a sounding board. And in terms of the flavors going in there, you can play around with it. But we want to get the health pack. And because we loving honey, hey honey, loving honey this morning. We are putting in a good 2 tablespoons. And you can obviously add more to taste. I absolutely love the flavor of honey when it combines with tea.
Yes.
That for me is probably the best sweetener for tea.
I, for example, can't have rooibos tea with normal sugar. I can only really have it with honey. Tea with some honey.
Okay, so yeah, it's all about the infusion. You want this to kind of steep for as long as possible. What I'm going to suggest is don't boil it. So don't make it like a rapid boil for the water. I could probably jack that up a little bit. But you don't want to boil out the goodness of all the ingredients. You're just wanting them to kind of gently blend and infuse. And then this you are obviously going to strain out to create your beautiful tea. I would make a lot. You can put some into little ice cubes if you wanted. Make a big pitcher and then you can kind of simply move on to enjoy it. You want to do the assemble?
I'll do the assembling, but of course before I do that, let me tell you about Fresh Pack and the fact that they offer a wide range of rooibos, herbal, wellness, green rooibos, as well as a range of rooibos cappuccinos. They really thought about everyone's taste and I suppose flavor in terms of what you're looking for when you get a tea. And Fresh Pack also has a range of rooibos teas for children, which is really good. And now also has a new nachi flavor as well. The kids are going to love it. Oh, they really already are loving it. So I'm going to do some assembling, just to get our rice.
Look at that color, it's beautiful. I make Jack little rooibos, and he's got tiny little cups. These gorgeous little enamel cup things like that. And he has his little tea, and then I have my tea, and we both have a...
So tea time with the sun.
Yeah, exactly. But he loves it.
Perfect bonding
But then you also,
experience.
know how healthy it is. And I actually go for a lot of infusions. So if we're going to give him fruit juice, I'll only give him a rooibos tea infused fruit juice to keep the sugars down and just to give it that extra health benefit.
Garnish,
I can't get over how beautiful it looks. The color of it is just absolutely amazing.
I'll grab this one. You take that one made earlier by Nicole.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you so much.
Nice summer refreshing.
A healthy summer.
Rooibos Victory Iced tea, the healthy stuff. Now, the best recipes, of course, are always #made by you. Okay, so we're calling on you to share your Fresh Pack Summer Fitness Drink recipes with us for the chance to win a Fresh Pack hamper to the value of 350 Rand. And all you have to do is get that entry in and have your recipe featured on the show. To enter, simply share a photo and description of your fitness drink recipe using any Fresh Pack product on Expresso's Facebook or Twitter competition post, and use that #MadeByYou, and you will automatically be entered into the grand prize draw to stand the chance of winning a whopping 5,000 Rand in cash. Okay, that's amazing. And this week's competition will close on Monday, the 16th of November. Get those entries in, the T's and C's. You can find them on our website. It's expressoshow.com. What are you reading there? What are you finding?
I'm just seeing this has already got an infusion of ginger root in it, so that really brings out that ginger flavor. This is nice. What's quite interesting is the hit of garlic that you get with this. It actually really does work with this. You know you're getting the health, you know you're getting the flavor, and with Fresh Pack Rooibos, you know you're getting the #1 Rooibos tea in the land.
Oh, yes.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Enjoy delicious homemade iced tea this summer. Simply add fresh lime, berries, and honey to ice-cold Fresh Pack Rooibos tea. See on pack for more recipes. Fresh Pack, goodness comes naturally.
So I'm chatting to Umalume Musa here. He's owned a small clothing factory for years now, and he's always inspired me with his success. But like a lot of businesses, this lockdown's hit him hard. So he spoke to his banker, and they've put together a tailor-made relief solution for him to help his business and his people get through this. Making your bank your business partner, that's a habit worth keeping.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. Now, this entire week, we have been gearing up for the 2020 African Fashion International Fashion Week Joburg virtual experience. And now that day is finally upon us. We hope you've booked your free front row seat to experience a first on the African continent with a variety of masterclasses, entertainment, fashion forums over the next 3 days. Now, this morning, joining us to share more about his participation in this world-class event is iconic fashion designer, award-winning entrepreneur, event producer, and UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, Gavin Raja. Woo, woo! Yay, yay! How does it feel to hear all of those accolades?
I mean, it's a bit odd. It's like outside me, and I think you don't while you're doing it, you don't really kind of absorb it. So, but anyway, I don't think one should believe one's own hype. I think it's good to remain grounded. But
I mean,
it's fun occasionally to hear it. Yeah.
it truly is fun, and you deserve it because you've had the opportunity of showcasing your work globally. I mean, on catwalks in Paris, for example. How does it feel for you to have this kind of support and love to showcase the work that you do?
So I think it's one thing to gain some form of international kind of presence and the entrenchment of one's brand, but I think home is always where your work is entrenched.
Yes.
Home is always where it started. And I think that it's very important for us to have a base here in a way. And I mean, really, my brand started here and it grew here, so I'm always excited about showing here, always.
And the pieces that we are seeing on display are immaculate. They are so divine. How long have you been doing it?
Well, you know, it's going to be over 20 years. We were celebrating this at the beginning of the year in March, just before the lockdown at our last collection. But yeah, it's been a long time, really.
Yeah, and you've been a part of the AFI organization for a while, for over the many years. Things are obviously being done differently this year because of 2020. Yeah. So many things that are unforeseen have occurred. How has it been, you know, being a part of this format of production this year?
So I think, you know, what COVID did was really just propel us into the fourth industrial revolution and made us far more digitally agile. And I think South Africa definitely was lagging behind in terms of, you know, online presence and a strong digital presence in terms of fashion. But also I think it made it far more accessible to lots more people. And I think this is exactly what AFI is trying to do with this Fashion Week, is focus on accessibility, on taking things, you know, so fashion has always been this kind of thing which is really inaccessible, doesn't really communicate much with people. And I think this time around, it gives people, you know, a great opportunity to interact with it on a digital platform, to be able to see it, and for lots of people to be sitting literally front row in front of your screen and watching, you know, the shows happen, whereas they're normally just by invitation. But I also think that by doing this, you know, it's increasing, we're getting a broader audience that are looking at our collections, and also it can be accessible to media as well as buyers as well, for retailers.
Please take us through your 2020 collection, which is ready for pre-order. It's an Italian name, right?
No, it's French.
French.
So it was just really a play on pret-a-porter, which means ready to wear, and given the context of where we are and what life has kind of shown us, we've just called it pret-a-vivre, which is ready to live. And so, you know, our ready-to-wear collection is now just called pret-a-vivre, and we've kind of attached many things to it. So it's also, you know, the homeware collection is also part of it now, and it's all under one kind of label, and it's very different to our couture. And we've gone digital, you know, we've always had an online presence, but we now have a full-on online store, which is at gavinroger.com, and people can either pre-order or buy whatever they want to buy online.
I love that. I feel like as artists, as a fashion designer, you guys have also kept us alive during this 2020 year, you know?
I think it's been very important. I think one of the most amazing things is that we've had time to sit back, re-look at what we do, look at our craft, how we do our things, who we support, you know, creating kind of support for local economies, local kind of craftsmen, and as opposed to just always sourcing outside.
Yes.
So in a way, it's also given us the time to reflect back on what we do and see how we can refine it and better it. Yeah.
Without giving much away, what can people expect tonight?
Well, it's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night at 7:30 online. I think this collection was really inspired by very, very strong women. One of the things which I did a couple of years ago was start this, the White Life Foundation movement, which is really about victims of gender-based violence and sexual abuse, and really looking at how we could transform women's social and economic circumstances by empowering them with jobs and job creation. So it was really about teaching them a skill, either sewing, embroidery, you know, those kind of things. And this collection is very strongly couched with the use of these crafts that we've taught women, as together with all the women in my studio. In fact, I only have women in my studio that work.
Love that.
And this collection is really about celebrating strong African women in a very iconic way. So they're kind of our fantastical maybe dreamy interpretations of strong women, and couched very much in Africa. So you'll see, hopefully, maybe in the way it's been shot, that it's almost like a new god of women who are the protectors of the world. And so, you know, I just hope people, you know, like it, understand it, and see where it's coming from.
I'm sure.
Enjoy the message behind it, and also look at the clothes very carefully, because all of those things have been made by women.
I love that, and it's something that we can appreciate. Supporting gender-based violence victims goes above and beyond marching or speaking on it, but also affording them opportunities the way that you
cannot have just an aesthetic anymore.
Yes.
It has to be couched with an ethic or some kind of, you know, responsibility behind it. I think that any brand that is just simply looking at indulging in doing frivolous things has really no place in the future.
I appreciate you so much and the work that you have done.
Thank you.
For joining us this morning and shedding light on not only the work that is going to be showcased this weekend, but also shedding light on something that is truly important in South Africa, and that is gender-based violence.
Thank you.
Shout outs to you, Gavin. Now, register now to get your free front row seat to the 2020 AFI Fashion Week Joburg Virtual Showcase. All the shows are free, okay? So there's no excuse to miss out. Register at afi.events and follow at AFI_SA on social media. Remember, you can also subscribe to the AFI Designer Boutique and support local by shopping the styles of emerging and established African designers. Visit afiboutique.com for all the contemporary luxury African fashion your heart truly desires.
The front row is open to everyone for this year's AFI Fashion Week Joburg. The virtual experience will be on from the 12th to the 14th of November, with main shows going live on Friday and Saturday evenings at 7:15. You can sign up to watch for free at www.afi.events. Witness African designers reset, reimagine, and reinvent the best in fashion.
Thank you very much, Kuhle. And now time for us to take a look at those news headlines just after 7 o'clock. We start off here in South Africa, where President Cyril Ramaphosa last night announced that the national state of disaster would be extended by another month until the 15th of December. He addressed the nation after a sharp increase in infections in a number of areas, including the Eastern Cape. Ramaphosa warned that the COVID-19 pandemic is far from over. At least 742,000 people have been diagnosed with the virus since February, of whom just over 20,000 have died. A total of 92% of the people have recovered. The president also announced that the country's borders will be reopened for international travel and that restrictions on liquor sales will be lifted. Drinks may still be used until midnight for dining and socializing. Ramaphosa says restrictions on large gatherings in public places are still essential to limit the spread of the COVID-19 virus. Public places such as restaurants may only allow 50% of their normal number of people, while outdoor gatherings are limited to 500 people and indoors to 250 people. Wearing masks in public spaces is also still mandatory. In international news, environmental activists in Kenya have welcomed a presidential declaration to save a 100-year-old fig tree that had been marked for removal to make way for a new road. Activists have been demonstrating for weeks to oppose the cutting down of trees in the capital to clear the way for the Nairobi Expressway, a 28-kilometer-long 4-lane highway. Nairobi Metropolitan Services issued a declaration on behalf of President Uhuru Kenyatta, saying that the tree is not to be touched and adopted it as a beacon of Kenya's cultural and ecological heritage. A new monkey species have been discovered in the remote forests of Myanmar, and the animal is known for its distinctive spectacle-like eye patches and greyish-coloured fur. But already the Popa langur, named after its home on Mount Popa, is critically endangered, with numbers down to some 200 to 250. It is at risk from habitat loss and hunting. And scientists have long suspected that there may be a new species in Myanmar based on DNA extracted from the droppings of wild monkeys, but evidence has been hard to find until recently. And now a snippet of news that is sure to extract a huge wow. A couple in Michigan in the US whose large family has attracted nationwide attention by growing to include, wait for it, 14 sons, has welcomed their first daughter nearly 3 decades after the birth of their first child. Kateri last week gave birth to Maggie Jane, who weighed in at 3.4 kilograms and entered a world filled with her 14 older brothers. Jay said that he and his wife, both 45, are overjoyed and excited to add Maggie Jane to their family. Now, the Schwantz, they wed in 1993 before they enrolled at Ferris State University. By the time they graduated, they had 3 sons. Both earned advanced degrees even as they grew their family. And Kateri holds a master's degree in social work, and Jay is a lawyer who also owns a land surveying business. And the Schwantz have been featured for years in local and national news as their family has burgeoned. But of course, the addition of Maggie Jane, they are unfortunately still one short of a rugby team, a male rugby team that is. And that's where we leave it for now. Here's a look at what's happening in sports with Graham.
Let's kick it off with football news this morning. Dr. Irvin Khoza has been re-elected as the Premier Soccer League chairman. The football administrator and businessman was nominated unopposed and will serve as chairman for the next 4 years. Khoza will be joined by 7 other members on the executive committee, and that includes 2 new faces, John Komitas and Robert Bernardi. Then turning to domestic cricket, plenty of action. The CSA 4-day series continued yesterday with Protea star Tobias Shamsi picking up 5 wickets for just 19 runs to help to reduce the Warriors to 97 for 6 in their second innings against the Titans. That playing out at St George's Park in Port Elizabeth. In Bloemfontein, the Knights declared on 208 for 4 to set up a 471-run target for the Dolphins. And before the session was washed out by rain at the Wanderers in Johannesburg, the Cape Cobras trailed the Lions by 155 runs with 7 wickets still remaining. Then finally on to motorsport. Formula One will see the return of the Turkish Grand Prix this coming weekend. And it could be a special race for the current reigning world champion Lewis Hamilton. The 35-year-old Brit can match Michael Schumacher's record 7 world championships at the Istanbul Park circuit on Sunday. But Hamilton would need to outscore his Mercedes teammate Valtteri Bottas by at least 8 points. If he fails to do so, the title fight then goes on to the following round in Bahrain. That's where we leave our sporting headlines this morning. Let's take a look at some of your beautiful sunrise pictures.
We kick off our sunrise pictures in the Eastern Cape this morning with Makgatebe Pindela's sunrise picture. Now the EC has been experiencing some heavy rains in the past few days. Matatiela amafwa yavuleka kancinci namhlanje. Do expect partly cloudy conditions with temperatures ranging from 11 degrees to 24 degrees. We now move over to Jozi Maboneng with Ndokozo Theo Makatini sunrise picture. Johannesburg has also been experiencing some hectic thunder showers the past few days. Do expect more rainy conditions today with a 40% chance of rain. Thank you so much for sharing your sunrise pictures with us. Please continue to do so and share them on our social media platforms, and we will show them live on the show. Now, emergency services were on high alert yesterday afternoon with heavy downpours reported in several areas in and around Johannesburg. Residents are being warned to take precautions and brace for localized flooding. But Joburg can rest assured it's not the only place experiencing thunderstorms, because at any particular time there are approximately 1,800 such thunderstorms occurring in the Earth's atmosphere. Thunderstorms can in fact generate gusts of wind that can develop additional thunderstorms of up to 160 kilometers away. And one small thunderstorm can hold more than 1,250 million liters of water. So if you are planning on stepping out today and you are expecting some thunder showers, please do so and be safe. Now we get into a more expanded look at your temperatures, starting off at Polokwane with a low of 12 degrees, reaching a high of 24. A partly cloudy day in Bombela with a maximum of 24 degrees. Thunder showers for Pretoria at 40% chance of rain. 14. Also, Johannesburg follows suit with 40% chance of rain in terms of the thunder showers expected today. Mahikeng, it's a mostly sunny one for you with a maximum of 28, but also do not leave your umbrellas behind if you are stepping out. Klerksdorp, 15, 28. Kimberley, 16 with a high of 32 degrees. Bloemfontein, you will also enjoy partly cloudy conditions with 25% chance of rain. Richards Bay, it's a mostly sunny one with a maximum of 24. Pietermaritzburg, 13, 22. Durban, South Africa's playground, 19, 23. Down to the Eastern Cape, Mthatha, 12 is your minimum, reaching an afternoon high of 25 degrees. East London, it's a sunny day with a maximum of 28. Cradock, the sun is out to play with a high of 34 degrees. Port Elizabeth, partly cloudy conditions, 17, 23. George, 16, 25. And the mother city starts off the day with a low of 16, reaching a high of 29. Worcester, 17, 35. Do stay hydrated. It's a hot one. Sutherland, 1229 rather, and Uppington with the highest temperature today in the country at 37 degrees. Now that was the first and final look at the weather this morning. Remember, whichever part of the country you're in, whatever the weather, make sure to have yourselves a feel-good kind of day.
Get your 100% goodness with Crush. Scratch and stand the chance to win hundreds of goodness prizes for 100 days with hashtag Crush100.
Made with love by Clover.
Ooh, the feel good is going to continue because it is time to announce our Daily Crush 100% goodness winner who is walking away with a Bluetooth speaker. Everybody needs it. It is summer. Can we get a drum roll, please?
Our winner is Penelope Mashlangu. Yeah.
I think we should put her, Penelope Mashlangu, we are going to put her name and her picture on the leaderboard right here with all the other winners. Congratulations for that Bluetooth speaker, everybody. Now, folks, if you do want to stand a chance to win a 100% goodness prizes with Crush, take a look at how easy it is to enter.
Are you ready to stand a chance to win 100% goodness prizes with Crush, such as Nutri-Bullets, Veggie Bullets, Tefal kitchen appliances, bar fridges, skincare products, fitness products, and vouchers? 100% you are. 100% goodness winners will be announced daily on Expresso from Monday to Friday from September through December. To enter, buy Crush promo packs. See the back of the label to scratch, and if you find a unique code, dial the USSD number on the pack to stand a chance to win immediate prizes or go into the grand prize draw. If you do not find a unique code, keep buying Crush to find the hidden codes. Crush is 100% fruity, fresh, tasty, and refreshing.
Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, coming to you live and in charge on SABC3. Now, from being a key player in pollination to being a healthier alternative sweetener, bees play an important role in our everyday lives. We are so lucky to have installed our very own beehive just outside our studio, and I got up close and personal with our buzzing hive outside, and this is how it went. Urban beekeeping is a global trend on the rise, and Susanna Hassenstein is an expert beekeeper here in Cape Town, helping people install and manage beehives in their homes. These flying insects are the most efficient pollination agents in nature, fertilizing over 100 agricultural crops. And I get to join Susanna in a workspace to learn more about the work that she does and the importance and benefits of urban beekeeping. Susanna, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you, and you?
I'm very well, thank you. I love our outfits today. Hey, we're here to talk about important business. From my part of the country where I come from, you know, beekeeping is not a popular profession, so I have to ask, when and how your love for beekeeping started?
It was crazy. They actually moved into my gutter outside my bedroom, and I couldn't figure out every night when I switched the lights on why there's so many bees. I'm busy trying to catch them and get them out. I actually had like contraptions by each window just to catch the bees and take them out. And then I realized there was a colony living outside my bedroom for months. I called a beekeeper in, he put them in a hive and he said, they're mine now. And I was like, oh, hell no. These are my bees, they were on my property, they chose me. I did courses, I bought beehives, I think I drove everybody crazy. And I just started doing removals and getting more and more and more.
You help manage and install beehives across Cape Town in different homes. Tell me more about the work that you do.
It first starts, obviously you got to check your site. Is there lights on? Because the bees will fly towards the light thinking the sun has risen, and they will literally fly till they die. Have you got animals, children? Are you going to use your whole garden in braaiing, swimming, and that type of a thing? Then I wouldn't recommend it. If you've got a little spot that you've got no interest in and it's just quiet, you can definitely sneak a little hive in there. You can puff the smoker in a little bit.
So then is the key not to panic when working with bees?
No, look at them, they're beautiful. How can you panic? I'll just put this in front here so that if there's any bees that can't fly yet, they only crawl, they can crawl back into the hive.
Oh, I see.
So we can smoke a little bit here. This is a honey super, so we don't smoke in, we just let them get a little of, okay, thank you.
I see that the hive itself is divided into 3 different compartments. Can you please tell me about each of them?
So, this is the top layer.
It's wonderful.
And this is where they store the honey.
Oh, wow.
They've actually nearly filled this, but they haven't capped it, so that's why we've put another one over here. If you look here, you can see this is capped honey. Here they've done some drone brood. That's the males. They've laid some drone brood over there.
Oh my goodness, are you guys seeing what I'm seeing?
Look at this, it's bees. This colony is healthy, it is beautiful. You can have a look and see this is a very strong colony, and you can watch the queen's laying pattern. So she's obviously a very good queen, and as they hatch, she will lay in the cells even more.
And how do you identify the queen out of billions of bees?
You know what? I don't. You don't. I think it's terrible that everybody looks for the queen all the time. She doesn't like being found. All you need to do is look if there's eggs and brood, then you know you have a queen. I would leave the queen alone. You don't go into the hive just for any reason because you want to see what your bees look like.
Yeah.
You always go in with a purpose. So either hive maintenance or obviously honey extraction. We always slide it on so that we don't damage any bees.
Why don't we take any honey today?
Okay, so because they have filled all the frames with honey, but they haven't capped it yet. So that means it's unripe. The water content is too high and they need to to fan the wings and get the water level a bit lower, and then they will cap it. Once it's 70% capped, then we can take them out and extract honey for you.
You are going down in my album as one of the most historic moments in my life, okay? Thank you so, so much for this experience.
It's a pleasure.
Susanna, that experience was out of this world. Those bees were very sassy, I must say, though. I believe that in the Western Cape, there are a specific type of bees. They're quite unique. Please tell me more about that.
We call our bees capensis, and they're only in the Western Cape. They are 3/4 the size of a normal bee, so our style of beekeeping is very different. What is so nice about our bees is they are the only bees in the whole world that can actually lay a fertilized egg. They've got a special gene in them that's been discovered, and that's why it also makes our style of beekeeping very different to everywhere else.
Once again, Susanna, thank you so, so much for today. It was extremely fun.
I just hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
Now you're a bit of a bee guru as well. I'm going to come put a hive in your house.
Well, I'll have to think about that. Urban beekeeping is a positive trend to look into, especially for the environment, considering the number of people moving into the city. I have certainly learned so much about bees, having spent a short period of time with Susanna, and I have to say that I've gained so much appreciation for these little creatures.
Oh, she's never looked so cute, man. so cool. Now, with great relish, we welcome beekeeper Susanna Hassenstein, who is here in studio to continue that chat about bees and how you at home can keep your own beehive, and also maybe just to turn around the general perception of these gorgeous, industrious little creatures, because they do so much for our ecosystem. They really are important. Susanna, welcome.
Thank you.
I can see how proud you are of seeing what you do.
I am very excited.
And everything that's going on, that's really cool. And we just loved seeing you in your beekeeper's outfit.
It was so much fun, I have to say.
And you made it look good, girl. You made it look good.
Definitely carried the outfit.
I've got to say, because I was mildly allergic to bees when I was a child, but I've since, obviously on the show, we get to really explore the wonder of nature and the complete ecosystem, and I now understand how vitally important bees are. But they've got a bit of a bad rep. Why do you think people misunderstand bees and have a fear of them?
You see, first of all, in my opinion, people are living this unhealthy lifestyle, so the immune systems aren't as strong. So they become allergic. I know I shouldn't have said that.
No, but
they become more sensitive.
Said it.
And I do believe that they should actually go and get sensitized, especially if it's your child, so you don't live in fear. The other thing is bees only become defensive when they have got honey and brood. So they become more protective. I don't
like
call
any
them...
parent would.
Exactly. So if anybody came at your child, you would take them out.
Yeah.
It's the same with bees. So the more honey stores they've got and the more brood they've got, the more protective and defensive they've become.
I mean, it makes sense, and you also form part of the protective nature when it comes to bees, because you advocate for ethical beekeeping.
Yes.
Please expand more on that.
You know, the thing is, I just believe for the ordinary person on the street didn't know anything about beekeeping. The huge beekeepers are far too busy to actually try and relate all that information to us on the ground here.
For sure.
So it was my mission to actually be the barrier between that. So even on WhatsApp groups and on my Facebook, I post anything. And at the moment, the bees are in honey production. So I will go around and tell everybody the bees are in honey production, or when it's whatever season it is, they're in brood production now, or we're busy with this, because I find that people don't know. And even people go on Facebook and say, oh, I need a beekeeper, I've got a swarm, and people are just recommending all these people, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I know some of these people aren't even ethical removers. So that is also my worry. So I always try and post pictures of the Queen and, you know, and all my removals. I'm sure people on my Facebook are had enough. They've had enough.
I think you'd be surprised at the fraternity that is forming around what you're doing. And I love the fact that you are helping to bring this very wholesome, age-old, because this has been around for as long as kind of humans have been cultivating, you know, that it forms a part of our DNA. How do you go about installing a beehive in a person's home if they want to follow in your footsteps as an ethical beekeeper?
Well, my advice at first is make sure that you have got a space in your garden that you do not want to utilize. There's no light shining on there. There's no animals or children that will get there. It's very important that it is a section of your property that you are not wanting. So if you enjoy mowing the lawn or running around and your kids and having braais on the weekends, I wouldn't recommend it. If you don't use your garden and there's a little section there, you can definitely install a beehive. But to remember, of course, there is always the danger side. If you mess with them, they will protect themselves. It's obvious. They're not pets, they're not toys. You know, they are a wild animal. We don't own them.
I love how you. And I also love how Susanna, you know, explains that they're protecting themselves. They are defensive because they're not coming for you. You are coming at them. But now this next question is very important. How does honey help with allergies? Because we know that Beyonce has an entire beehive. Also, you know, she's a beekeeper, and that was inspired because one of her children is allergic to something. How does then honey help?
It's got enzymes. It's got probiotics in, and even in the tombs, honey was found after so many years, and it was still viable. It was still good.
Do they use it for embalming?
Yeah, they use for burns, for all kinds of things, but all kinds of honey, like you get the manuka, but I think we've got the fynbos, and in my opinion, nothing beats the fynbos. It is beautiful. It might not be the best tasting honey because you can maybe get a bit of a bitter flavor, but for me, I think that is the healthiest honey out there.
Unbelievable health benefits, and I think knowing your story and how much you care about what you do in the
It's ridiculous.
there could be no better advertisement for it. So thank you for preaching an ethical approach to doing something that is really special. I'm so glad that we've got our own hive. And
I know, I installed it.
I know, it's so cool. And we've certainly changed our whole perception of bees and the little guys that make it into studio now. We have a completely different relationship with. But
I think one of your cameramen even got stung.
Yeah, it happens, man. It's happened. They're big burly men, they can take it. But Susanna, thank you so much for spreading this love and this passion. It really has been wonderful to be a part of that.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it, you beautiful people. Your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, live on the SABC3. Oh, what a busy. Got that busy morning. Oh, my dear.
Hey, why are you being like
my
that,
dear. Now, people, of course, keep bees for many different reasons. One of the most important reasons being pollination and honey production. We see it. And beekeeping is said to be both relaxing and rewarding. But it's important to note that if you keep bees, you're required to register as a beekeeper with the Department of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries, because you are, in essence, in that space, playing in that space. And now we are joined by Chloe Masehela, who's the chairman of the Western Cape Bee Industry Association, the WCBA, which is a provincial beekeeping body. And of course, he's sitting here with us to tell us more about the Beehive certification process, which sounds like a fascinating thing. Chloe, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, good morning, and thanks for having me on the show.
It's good to have you, man. So I've got to ask firstly, what does the organization actually do, the WCBA? And you're the chairman of it, of course, but tell us more about it. What are you guys up to?
Yeah, I mean, we've been in existence since 1911, so that makes it about 109 years or so.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but I've only been involved with the organization for the past 5 or so years, and this is my 3rd year serving.
For anyone who was thinking that you've been involved since 1911, thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah, well, fortunately not, because I would be like an old tree sitting right here. So yeah, from a provincial level, we play a role that most associations play in any other industry. So our main focus is really to bring the beekeepers in the province together.
Yeah.
Cohesion, and also we are a representative body, so any issues around beekeeper professionalism, the services they provide. We also provide an educational platform. So from time to time we have great field days where beekeepers from different parts of the province can come together. It's a space for them to learn from each other, to share skills, to share knowledge, learn from each other about the bees, because the more practical experience you have, the better it is. With beekeeping, you learn each and every day.
Oh, it sounds
it's always
like
a fascinating
it. We are learning so much just having you guys here today. But let's talk about this bee certification process, which speaks to the fact that if you are going to have a beehive in even your own residential property, you've got to have the certification for it. What is that process? Why is it important?
So it's, in your introduction, you rightfully said that they have to register with the Department of Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development, as they are called now. They used to be DAF, but we are all getting used to the new acronym.
Yeah.
So basically, it's free of charge. There's no fee attached to it. There's just a form that one needs to complete and send it to the department. We can always share the details later. So this is compliance, with any other industry. There are regulations and policies and acts around it. So the compliance is under the Agricultural Pest Act, Act 36 of 1983. It's also got some supplementary regulations around it. And the recent one, I think it is R1511, which made some very interesting changes to the landscape. Before 2018, beekeepers were required to only register for 1 year.
Okay.
So the changes are now that when you register since the beginning of this year, your certification is valid for 2 years. As opposed to the 1 year. And the other big change that also came was that only beekeepers were supposed to register at the time.
Okay.
So now even if you are a bee remover or offering bee removal services, you do have to register with the department.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say hypothetically I had a beehive in my house. Do I need to register that and get it certified? Is that important, and why?
It's very important, even if you've got one hive,
Wow.
Just one hive. So, and people would say, no, you are a hobbyist. You're just, interested in your one hive in the garden. But you do have to register.
Yeah.
The key thing here is that we all have to make sure that when we do beekeeping, it's done in a way that the bees are protected. It's all about sustainability. We know how bees are important now for pollination, especially for the crops that we rely on as food, as fruits, nuts, and so on. So it's basically for compliance, and it's an inventory kind of, keeping. So we need to know how many beehives we have in the country, where they are, you know, and also for reporting purposes. I mean, like any other livestock, bees get infected by certain diseases, pathogens, viruses, and so on. And there needs to be a reporting line along that. So if you're not registered and we don't know where these hives are, it makes it very difficult when we have to deal with issues around, you know, pests and diseases and so on.
You use the name beekeeper quite often in this chat.
Yes.
So if I'm someone who is sitting at home in Hammanskraal and there's a tree and the bees they rock up and they do an informal settlement and they settle themselves there. I didn't go fetch them. Do I need to go register? What do I need to do then?
Okay, so everyone can be a beekeeper. The only definition of having the bees in the box that we are all used to is because it makes it easy for you to manage the bees in there and move them around. But if you still have an old tree stump or a bark where the bees move in, you know, you could still look after the bees in that sense.
Okay.
And now internationally and also here in South Africa, we've got a trend of the bee hotels that a lot of people are creating, you know, in their backyards.
That's so
you know,
cool.
but those you don't have to register and they don't have to get like a registration number that you stamp onto your hive. But in that sense, you can still look after the bees, provide them with bee-friendly plants, water resources here and there so that they are well looked after for our environment.
Your organization has all of that information.
Indeed, it does, yeah. But Sue, it's been an absolute pleasure having you in the studio. Of course, I think we all are loving the knowledge when it comes to bees, how important they are when it comes to our agriculture as well with pollination, and the fact that you guys are doing such incredible work. We can't thank you enough. It's the chairman of the Western Cape Bee Industry Association. Of course, guys, you also need to register yourselves if you have a beehive with the Department of Forestry, Fishing and Agriculture. Yes, that's the one. So make sure you register on that one. And again, Tulu, thank you so much for your time this morning. It's an absolute pleasure chatting to you.
Always welcome. Thanks.
And if you didn't already know what all the buzz is about today, we are celebrating the humble and ever-busy bee. Now, from their hard-working nature to their unbelievable teamwork, bees do so much more than just provide us with that sticky, sweet, gooey golden honey. They're also responsible for pollination of millions of plants and trees annually and play such a vital role in really helping our local flora thrive and in turn allowing us to do so many of the fruits and the veggies that we absolutely love. And this morning, we are going to be making a drool-worthy vegan chocolate and honeycomb brownie. Now, they taste even better than they look, I promise, and are 100% vegan. Teresa is going to be showing us how it's done.
Yes, absolutely. Good morning.
Good morning. You just told me you used to make a honeycomb for a living.
I did.
Am I calling you out?
Yeah. many years ago in a past life. I used to I made hundreds and hundreds of batches, and I haven't made it since then. So hopefully I haven't lost my touch.
Hopefully not, because I'm very interested to make this, because I used to grow up like eating them, the crunchies, and just thinking it's so good.
So delicious.
So now I can make it for the little ones.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll show you how to make the brownie mix, and I'm going to keep half an eye on our honeycomb over there. So we've got mashed banana in the bowl, and we're going to add our Be Well canola oil.
Which is the hero, because you want it to be nice and moist, of course.
Absolutely. And we're going to add a little bit of bicarb and some vanilla. So you're going to mix all your wet ingredients together, and then you're going to add your dry ingredients. So it's very, very simple and easy.
Can I ask a silly question? Why don't you just put it all together and then just mix it together?
It just helps everything to combine more easily. If you have all your wet ingredients distributed evenly, it just, it makes for a better batter.
How are we doing with that?
Looking good, looking good. So I've added regular sugar, but you could use a sugar substitute. So xylitol or erythritol, something like that.
Perfect.
Going to add your flour, your cocoa powder, lots of cocoa, nice and chocolatey. And then we're going to be adding nuts as well.
I was just going to say, now I love the fact that you're adding nuts in it, also almonds, because it's perfect, good protein as well.
Absolutely.
But also with that crunch, because you want that brownie to really just have that texture.
That textural element.
Absolutely.
And we've used almonds, but you could use pecan nuts, macadamia nuts. You really can mix it up.
Whatever floats your boat. Are we still good with that?
We're still good. I know. I'm like, don't mess it up. So give that a good mix. And then, of course, don't forget to line and grease your tray, because you don't want your brownies to stick.
Very
so
good.
I'm just going to make sure everything's...
And again, just coming back to the fact that we are using the Be Well canola oil, which is locally produced Be Well canola oil and is naturally cholesterol free. It's low in saturated fat, also high in omega-3, and it's perfect for a healthy lifestyle. So you have that balance, and you're not going to feel guilty when you're indulging in this gooey chocolate goodness.
Absolutely. So, oh, how delicious does that look?
That already looks like I could eat the batter.
Yeah.
Just like that.
We're going to fight over who licks the bowl. So pop that in, and then you bake it at 180 degrees for about 20 minutes. And when you take it out of the oven, you want that little bit of wobble in the brownie.
It should do like a shimmy.
little bit of, yeah. Because it will set as it cools down. And if you have that little bit of moisture in the middle, you're going to get a beautiful, thick, fudgy brownie, which is really what you want. Then once they come out of the oven, you let them cool, and then you can cut them up.
Okay.
And then we're going to be adding a chocolate glaze on top, so just to have that extra decadence.
I mean, we need more chocolate.
You
can never have too much chocolate in a brownie.
I have to agree. So very, very easy to do. I've got dark chocolate in the bowl. We just have it over some simmering water. And I'm going to add some plant-based milk and some vegan butter. And you're just going to stir that together and pour it over the brownies when it's cool.
And
so
that is our
delicious
glaze.
and chocolatey. Yeah.
And what's in the other part?
And then this one here is the honeycomb. So it's basically sugar, honey, glucose, and a little bit of water. And you're going to boil that to the hard crack stage. That's 150 degrees, nice deep golden color. And then what you're going to do, this is the magic part.
I love
add some bicarb. And you'll see as soon as you do that, it's going to puff up, get nice and airy and golden. And then you're going to pour it into your dish. And you let it set. And that bicarb creates all these beautiful little air pockets. Oh. So when it sets, you get that sort of airy honeycomb effect. And then you just take a hammer and you just smash it up into little bits and you sprinkle it over your brownies.
You have not lost any of your touch with regards to the honeycomb. Teresa, thank you so much for this 100% vegan brownie and honeycomb. But of course, if you've missed out on any of the steps, you can get your hands on it and the recipe and all the ingredients on expressoshow.com. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Honey.
Enjoy a selection of delicious plant-based meals and download your free copy of the Be Well Vegan Cookbook today. Five awesome experiences up to the value of 5,000 Rand must be won with Imuenza on Expresso this November. Help boost your immune system with Imuenza and stand a chance to win a weekly giveaway of skydiving or cooking with a chef, advanced driving or shark cage diving. Answer the question on the Imuenza competition post on Expresso's Facebook or Twitter page using the hashtag Imuenza. That competition runs up until midnight December 1st. Terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Thank
Thank you for choosing to start your day with your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso, on SABC3. Now, when it comes to honey, it is more than just a sweet, sticky liquid that we often put into our cup of tea. Now, from treating colds and coughs to boosting your immune system and helping with weight loss, there are so many health benefits of honey. And this morning, clinical dietitian Kath McGaw joins us in studio to discuss the very interesting topic of honey. And many of us have heard, the benefits of honey, sometimes the fact, sometimes they are also, just plain fiction. Well, Kath is here to share her expert knowledge on the topic of and to debunk some of those myths. Kath, good morning.
Morning.
So lovely to see you.
It's nice to be here.
We are talking all things honey, and the one thing that I have always been told is that honey is a natural energy booster. Fact or myth?
No, that is true, because it definitely has good calories and easily accessible calories. So it can definitely boost your energy levels and provide you with sustainable energy as well.
So whenever people talk about, home remedies, there's always some honey involved. What is it about honey that is so good when it comes to fighting off or protecting your immune system against bacteria and viruses?
It's actually got antibacterial components in it. And the one of them that we know is called propolis, which is one of the enzymes that actually break down bacteria and fight bacteria. And there's quite a lot of studies done around looking at it with coughs in children. And what's interesting, the studies didn't kind of conclusively say, oh, honey is absolutely the only way to go. But what it did show is it had equal benefit to the pharmaceutical products that were used for coughs, but it's more natural and no side effects.
And it's perfectly safe for kids. I mean, which child doesn't like honey?
Yeah, especially over the age of a year.
Yeah, definitely. I'm finding this so fascinating because who knew that honey had all of these incredible properties to it? Now, when it comes to, improving your digestive system and your immune system, how can honey play a role?
Well, honey also has a range of vitamin B vitamins as well in it. So you think of honey just as, for example, glucose and fructose, which is what it's made up of, the two sugars mainly. But it also has, along with that, a lot of immune boosting properties as well, which will benefit your immune system. And so it encourages your immune system to actually produce antigens, which will protect you against different environmental allergens and against different viruses and bacteria.
I know too much of a good thing is also not always great for you. What is the recommended dose per day?
Well, I wouldn't go over a tablespoon of honey in the course of a day. So if you've got, if you're using honey in your tea, that would be 3 cups of tea. You put your honey, or you might put a bit of honey over your porridge in the morning or on your piece of toast or whatever you're going to be having. But I'd leave it at 1 tablespoon or 3 teaspoons.
Okay, about 15 mils, because I think at the end of the day, we're talking about honey being so healthy, but if you're going to drizzle it over every single thing, it's definitely not going to help you, because I do know that honey also plays a key role when it comes to weight loss.
Yeah, honey can. I think the benefit, it's not an appetite suppressant or anything like that, but what it does do, it's a nutritive sweetener. So it helps you with your sugar cravings that you often struggle with while trying to eat healthy. And so in that way, it actually has a benefit. So it's kind of a knock-on benefit.
I now understand why people would want to try and experiment with beekeeping and making their own honey. I have a friend, she makes her own little face masks, and she incorporates honey into it. What are some of the benefits that honey has for your hair and your skin?
Well, it's got enzymatic properties, as I mentioned earlier on, which actually comes through the process of the bees actually making the honey from the sugars and the fruit sugars in the plants. And those enzymes they found can actually cause moisturizing of the skin, and they can also cause moisturizing of the hair. And funny enough, honey has a little bit of protein as well. It's very similar to proteins that are found in hair and skin, and those can actually cause repair of hair, and that's why you'll find a lot of shampoos and conditioners actually will contain honey as one of the ingredients.
I really like that. I had no idea, especially when it comes to the hair. That's very, very interesting. Are there any side effects we need to be aware of?
So I think one of the most important things is that so most bacteria can't live with honey because of its antibacterial properties. But the one bacteria, unfortunately, which is a very stubborn bacteria, is Clostridium, which causes Clostridium botulism, which is can make you very ill, but particularly in children under the age of a year. Okay. And that is why we do recommend worldwide that if you have a baby, that you do not feed them raw honey, because then there is that risk of that bacteria, and a baby's system isn't very good at actually handling that bacteria versus yours and mine.
Interesting. Well, Kath, thank you so much for joining us this morning and sharing that valuable information. And a big thank you to you. So thank you to our clinical dietitian, Kath McGaw, for joining us this morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, ladies. Now, just imagine this. What you could buy if you won a cash voucher valued at 1,000 Rand. How would you spoil yourself? Don't we need a little cash injection right now? Well, this is the exact question that Sensodyne want you to answer this week. In order to stand the chance of winning a Sensodyne voucher worth 1,000 Rand, all you need to do is reply to the competition post on our Facebook or our Twitter page. It's there to see, and share how you would spend that money if you were the lucky winner of a voucher cash from Sensodyne using the hashtag Sensodyne Chill Test. And speaking of which, we're going to do that, but more about that a little bit later, because right now it is time to change your habits so that you can bite into life without hesitation in this week's Sensodyne Chill Test, a test designed to help you identify whether your teeth are actually affected by sensitivity. Teresa is going to be doing it.
Yes.
I've been eating honeycomb non-stop for like the last 20 minutes, so thank you for that. But we've been putting everyone through this. I've done it myself, and I've discovered that I indeed have sensitive teeth. So are you ready? What I'm going to make you do is take a sip of that really cold water.
Okay.
And we're going to try and keep your teeth in contact with the cold water for 30 seconds.
Okay, right, I'm going to go for it.
All right, and 3, 2, 1, go for it. And the clock has started now. So your condition can be relieved by using Sensodyne. We have proven it to help lead a sensitivity-free life. Sensodyne Herbal Multi-Care with fennel and eucalyptus extracts combines the goodness of nature and the protection of science, so you can enjoy that cold or that hot. In my case, I have sensitivity with hot food. It's yours, and you can just relax. Sensodyne Herbal Multi-Care provides sensitivity relief with natural herbal extracts, and I've spoken for long enough. You can swallow.
Right, there we go.
So here's the thing, because I happen to know, I know the inside story that you actually use Sensodyne.
I do, and I used it this morning because I do have sensitive teeth, and I think that's probably why I managed to do that.
You smashed it. You crushed it. You see, so the proof is in the pudding. This is something that you guys can do at home. Just do that 30-second test with some cold water. I find, especially if I go from cold to hot, that's when my teeth really feel it.
Painful.
But there is relief. And now it is competition time. If you want to stand a chance of winning that Sensodyne voucher, as I said, worth 1,000 Rand, what you have to do right now is tell us how you would spoil yourself if you were the lucky winner of that cash voucher from Sensodyne. Reply to the Sensodyne competition post on our Facebook or our Twitter page using the hashtag Sensodyne Chill Test, and you can find all the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. That competition is running up until the 13th of November, so get on it. But most importantly, just know that there is relief out there. You don't have to suffer through the pain and sensitivity of ultra-sensitive teeth, and I can't believe how many people actually do.
Yep.
You can have another sip.
Okay, I'll do it.
It's hardcore.
New Sensodyne Herbal Multi-Care. Sensitivity relief with natural herbal extracts.
Looking for immune support? Remain at your peak all year round with Imuenza.
Let's face it, where would you be if not here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on SABC3. Now, when it comes to snacking, we often reach into the fridge for the wrong things. I mean, if I don't find my I store my chocolate in the fridge. If I don't find my sweets, whatever the situation is, especially when there's no time to make something healthy and tasty. Well, we have you covered. Teresa's back in the kitchen to show us how to make some delicious, no-bake, gluten-free, healthy peanut butter and chocolate balls that are super easy to make and packed with nutrients for you and the entire family.
Yes.
We've been talking all things bees this morning.
That's right, that's
honey,
right.
Honey.
We love it.
Let's get into the ingredients.
Yeah, so this is something you want to make on the weekend, like on a Sunday, so that you've got snacks for the week in the fridge.
Yes.
So like you say, you're not reaching for the naughty treats.
Yes.
Yeah. Right, so we've got some sugar-free peanut butter. And we're going to add some almond flour and some flaxseed flour. Mix that all together. And then we're also going to add some coconut oil that we've melted.
Oh, we've melted the coconut oil.
Yes, very important. And some honey. And of course, honey has fantastic antiviral and antibacterial properties, which boost your immune system. So that's something we really, really want at the moment, especially to boost our immune systems.
Yes, definitely. It's something that's important. I think this entire year has showed us the importance of, maintaining a healthy immune system. And to learn that honey also has those properties to help with the immune system is honestly just enlightening.
Yes.
And thank you for coming through to show us how we can make nice, healthy, tasteful snacks.
Yes, so important. All right, so I mean, how long did that take? Less than a minute. So it's quite a wet mixture. So wet your hands slightly and then roll it into little balls and then pop them in the fridge to set. And you see they look a little bit like that.
How long did you pop them in the fridge for?
So I'd say about half an hour would be fine. You can also put them in the freezer if you're in a rush and you want to get them done quickly. And then we've got to have our chocolate. So this is our dark chocolate. So you drop the little ball in, toss it in the chocolate.
It looks so good.
Let the excess drop off. And then use a bit of greaseproof paper and just pop it on and you let it set. And you can decorate it with crushed nuts, with coconut, or you could drizzle the chocolate on.
I see here you've decorated it quite differently. You don't necessarily have to dip the entire thing in chocolate.
No, you can be creative. You can do whatever you like. And it's a lot of fun.
Super, super fun. If you guys missed a step and would like to get your hands on this recipe, make sure to visit our website, expressoshow.com. Teresa's just said it herself. It's quick and easy to make and just super fun. With the immune system playing such a vital role, it's important that we take the right steps to look after it. Imuenza assists in maintaining a healthy immune system to help keep you healthy and protected. Make sure to tune in tomorrow when we announce the lucky winner of this week's Imuenza Experience competition. I am so excited. I cannot wait. Teresa.
Delicious. Are you going to share some with me?
Please. I want to go for this one with
coconut.
The coconut. Is that cool?
Delicious, yes.
The different flavors in here. I can't wait.
Yes. And it's healthy as well, which is great. It's guilt-free snacking.
It's delicious. All the sweetness, all the taste you want or look for in a chocolate treat or a sweet.
Yeah. Without
is all in here. And it's just all healthy. Once again, get your hands on this recipe, expressoshow.com. Teresa, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. Enjoy.
Oh, Dala Teresa. Oh, Batata Teresa.
She's worked today. We love you, Teresa. Thank you so much for bringing the joy and the sweetness and the goodness. We are exploring honey. I've now discovered, after eating about 1 kilogram already of honeycomb, how I would choose to eat my honey is in the form of honeycomb. Oh my word.
It's like Pooh Bear, hey?
Yes. I didn't realize how much, actually, it might be one of my favorite things ever. But we put it to you guys, how you enjoy your honey and what have the peeps been saying?
Yes. Janine Johnson says, good morning, team. I love pancakes and waffles with honey, yummy, with a dollop of cream. Our mouth is watering.
We got Belinda coming through. Belinda Francis says, I love it with my oats. It's so delicious and tasty. Yeah, that's a perfect way to start the day indeed.
Kirshni says peanut sandwich and honey. Never had before, but I'm definitely going to try that one out.
It's like an upgrade on PB and jelly, eh?
Yes.
I've done that,
yeah.
And then we've got Jasike. I love this name. I love tea with lemon and honey to cure.
Okay, Penelope.
We've got to keep it festive. I like that upgrade on the name. But if it is Jack, then I feel you, because I do also love tea and honey, and I love how it just soothes the throat.
Yes, and then Kashifa says, my favorite thing to eat with honey is French toast, which is also something I've never had. Why, you know?
I think Jasike was the winner.
Penelope, still mine. Penelope.
You got me, man. You got me.
Kuse,
Ryle, I'm so sorry. Today has not been your day, and I feel like you deserve a chocolate treat, please.
To you, Teresa, thank you very much. These are going to be amazing.
You guys can also share amongst yourselves.
Wow, these look lovely.
Super delicious.
Oh, thank you so
listen,
much.
it's been such a fantastic morning.
It really has.
But I mean, how amazing is this that I didn't know that we have an entire bee hive right outside our doorstep.
But also, I love the fact that it's been ethically put together, that we're following that route
We've got a
in
certificate.
creating this. Absolutely
We've got a certificate.
beautiful.
If you'd come on time in the morning, you'd actually hear them buzzing.
Okay.
They come alive in the morning.
They come alive in the morning, you know. It's one day.
Okay, keep going, my daddy. I'll catch you tomorrow.
We love you.
But we'll be back at 11:30 to explore stories of amazing hope after all of the trauma that we've been through as a nation, as a world. Globally, we've had a shared experience, and we'll hopefully bring a smile to your face again 11:30. Until then, we love you. Adios.
We do love you so much. We love you. Love you. Love.
Clover celebrates spring with exciting giveaways. Look out for selected Clover products in store to stand a chance to win. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.